Hello, YouTubers, friends, compatriots, bootlicker shills, desolate service peasants, vassals, minions, meat sacks. I'm Useful Idiot. Welcome. And let's go to Spain. And Spain has all kinds of problems. They have problems with their banks. They have problems with their economy. They have problems being in the Eurozone. And then they have the potential for the Catalonia to depart from the Spanish nation with an independence movement that's been making huge strides over the last couple of years. But now we have this story about the Spanish government raiding the Social Security account there. And this is a great story because it's a good example of what governments all over the world are doing and are capable of, and will sniff out money wherever they can find it, particularly because they spend it as fast as they can. Then they find themselves in these binds when they pile themselves up with debt and then find themselves in a crunch. And of course, this is a pretty simplistic explanation of the overall dynamic, but I want to move on to the basic story. And I've covered certain aspects of this idea before. The fact that pension funds all over the world are underfunded. A lot of their calculations are based on 7 and 8% returns that they haven't been getting for years, and the fact that governments like to borrow that money, or they don't put in the required donations and amounts of money they're supposed to put into these accounts to keep them solvent. In the United States, we have cities like Chicago, a good example of that, where their pension liabilities are staggering and are definitely going to sink that city at some point. But anyway, let's get back to this. So Rajoy took power in Spain in 2011 at the height of the debt crisis, and has been dipping into the Spanish Social Security fund since he got into power. And when he got into power in 2011, there was a surplus of 65 billion euros in the Social Security fund of Spain, and the government has used it in the last 5 years, and the surplus shrank by 75% to 15 billion, and now at the end of the year they're actually running a deficit of 2.6 billion euros. So that's right, you're understanding this correctly. The Spanish government spent the entire Social Security fund of the country of Spain in a matter of 5 years just to fill the fiscal holes in its budget. And so 20 billion euros taken just this last year. And like so many other things, the government and the banks, of course, know this is wrong, and it used to be illegal. A 3% dip limit they used to have, but that was suspended in 2012, the same year as the bank bailouts in Spain. So now we have the Social Security fund of Spain completely pilfered, and where will they go next? And then you get these lame assurances from the government, where one spokesman said that, quote, before the fund accumulated public debt, now it is selling debt, and if it runs out, we'll just create more public debt, unquote. Really, it's just that simple. So it took 16 years to build this fund. It took 5 years to raid it and go from a 65 billion euro surplus to 2.6 billion euro deficit. And how are they going to fix that? Because the economy of Spain is in shambles. They have 300 and 400 billion euros worth of bad debts in their banking system, and high youth unemployment of 40%. High youth unemployment is certainly not going to help. Who's going to contribute to rebuild the Social Security fund in Spain that's been emptied by its government in 5 years? So, wow, sorry about that, Spain. Better luck next time. And let this be a lesson to everyone else in the world that has to rely on the government protecting Social Security funds. I'm a Useful Idiot. Don't you be one too.